Hey, thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about the FIFINE BM88 Pro low profile boom arm. FIFINE was nice enough to send this over to me for my personal opinion. They didn't tell me what to say or how to say it. They just said, hey, give this a shot. Let us know what you think. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. So far, I absolutely love it. It's actually saving me some space, even though I had to connect it to a TV tray because, hey, I don't have a professional studio. I have a little corner in a spare bedroom, and that's what I'm using. So I have to use things like TV trays to connect a low profile boom arm. But what it has done is given me the opportunity to use more microphones and have the correct microphone placement. I don't have a desk that gives me that opportunity to do that. I've tried some desktop stands, still not good enough for me and in my workflow and how it's situated in this spare bedroom. But with this low profile, it's actually given me a better chance at getting better mic placement and hopefully a little bit better audio. Anyway, so far so good. But let's get into the video. So as you know, I'm not really necessarily somebody who really worries about aesthetics too much. I just want to give people a real life perspective on somebody like myself, just a normal person, non-professional guy that likes to play on YouTube as a hobby, right? And so I'm just going to show you my unboxing and the setup and how I've actually kind of rigged it to fit my little space right here in our spare bedroom. So nothing fancy or anything like that, but I do appreciate you sticking with me and watching uh, this this video. And one of the things that I kind of want to talk about that I know I shouldn't because my age and everything else, but I love the RGB aesthetics. It just adds to something uh, to the setup to me. But just so you know, just because I like it doesn't mean other people are going to like it. And you can easily turn off the RGB with the BM88 Pro low profile boom arm. And you can also turn it off with the AM8 Pro microphone. So you don't have to have RGB like me, but I don't care. I'm 51. I'm a child of the 80s. Neon colors were a thing back in the day, and I still kind of am drawn to that sort of stuff. So far, so good.
At first glance, the FIFINE BM88 Pro looks like another low-profile microphone arm with some RGB added to it. But once I looked beyond the lighting and compared it with the original BM88, there were enough real upgrades here to get my attention. Starting with the construction, the BM88 Pro has an all-metal body and weighs a little over 2.5 pounds. It feels substantial when you take it out of the box, not excessively heavy, but heavy enough to give you confidence in the build. Once everything is installed and tightened, the joints feel controlled and the arm holds its position well. You can pull the microphone towards you when you're recording and move it away when you're finished without constantly readjusting everything. That is really what I want from a boom arm. I don't need it to be complicated. I need it to hold the microphone securely, move smoothly, and stay out of my way. The original BM88 supports up to 3.3 pounds. The BM88 Pro increases that capacity to 4.4 pounds. That extra weight capacity may not sound significant, but it gives you more flexibility with heavier microphones, shock mounts, windscreens, and other accessories. The reach has also been increased. The original BM88 extends to roughly 27.8 inches, while the BM88 Pro reaches 30.9 inches. That gives you about 3 additional inches to work with. Again, that may not sound dramatic until you're working with a deeper desk or mounting the arm behind a monitor. Those extra inches can be the difference between placing the microphone where it naturally needs to be and leaning forward every time you speak. The low-profile design is still one of the strongest parts of the BM88 concept. Instead of having a traditional boom arm dropping into the frame from above, this can travel underneath your monitor and across the desk. That keeps the microphone accessible without turning the boom arm into the main attraction. It also leaves more usable space around your keyboard, mouse, mixer, or whatever else you have on your desk. The The integrated cable management helps with that clean appearance. Your microphone cable can be routed through the arm instead of being attached with a collection of Velcro straps. It doesn't affect performance, but it makes the setup look considerably more finished. Of course, the most obvious addition is the built-in RGB lighting, powered through USB-C. Whether that matters will depend on the person buying it. If you're gaming, streaming, or already using RGB lighting in your studio, it blends into that environment nicely. For a more traditional podcast setup, the lighting probably isn't the main reason to buy it. Fortunately, the RGB doesn't interfere with the arm's basic purpose. You can use it when it fits the situation and turn it off when it doesn't. Another worthwhile improvement is the addition of two mounting options. You still get the standard C-clamp, which fits desks between 0.8 and 2.4 inches thick. But the Pro also includes a drill-through mount for anyone wanting a cleaner, more permanent installation. There are a couple of things to keep in mind. The C-clamp still requires a reasonably flat, square desk edge. If your desk is unusually thick, rounded, or has framing underneath it, measure everything before ordering. The RGB lighting also requires another USB cable. That isn't a major problem, but it does add one more wire to a product designed partly around reducing desk clutter. Overall, the solid metal construction, increased weight capacity, longer reach, and choice of mounting options are what stood out to me. The RGB is a nice addition, but those practical improvements are what made the BM88 Pro worth my attention. This isn't a complete reinvention of the BM88. It's a more capable and polished version of the same basic design. If you already own the original and it does everything you need, there may not be enough here to replace it. But if you're buying your first low-profile arm, have a heavier microphone setup, or simply want the more complete package, the BM88 Pro is probably the better place to start.